Hey, good morning. Well, we're gonna go ahead and move the goats. We're actually moving them back down here to the what we call the summering area because we're just getting too short down there. And so I'm down here trying to make sure everything's kind of ready. $10,000 volts. That's ready. I've got this water lot right here that I've got kind of a poly down on the bottom, and I did that on purpose because it's easier to stretch. Because when I move in, we use this for a water lot all down through here, and when I move in, at least when I'm moving through this lot, especially when I make the move from there into this pasture, it's easiest to raise all of these fences up and hang them on one deal, and then move the goats under. So with a poly, we'll stretch up that high. That 12.5 gauge galvanized, it will not, especially when we get it tight like we like it. So that works pretty well. However, when the weeds start growing and things start maybe going under it like a deer or something, you can see where they've raised it up and it's caught on a weed or a forb or a resource for goats. Got to stop calling them weeds. Anyway, you can see where it catches on that. So it's a trade-off. What I've done is I bought some blue step ins down here, and I'm going to go ahead and rig them up on those and pull those down, and then I'll go ahead and knock those weeds kind of out of the way with a post, and then we'll be ready. We're gonna do that this morning though. World's Greatest is helping. She made me wear my hat. Brother Larry, Alex, thanks a lot. It went straight to her head. One last thing, just a little back up here. I haven't had a lot of trouble with them crossing this thing, but you never know. I want to open it. I gotta make this hot. And you can see the blue posts in the line. It kind of evened up all the lines there, so it'll be a little more obvious to them. We'll put the shields up. All right. The shields are up, Captain. That's right. I like Star Trek too. Star Wars, Star Trek. That's the age I am. Let's go get them. Okay, so World's Greatest is off. She's going to swing around and swing up down that hill and swing all the way down the fence, because there's some way back there. And then when she kind of gets right about back in there, I'll start calling them, and we'll try to bring them to this spot and centralize them right here to just kind of hold before we go north. So that's kind of the plan. Yesterday we went ahead and sorted the billy kids off. They're over there in the pen still, and we sorted the big billies off. They're in another part of that pen. So once we kind of get done moving these nannies, then we'll have to fall in there and get all of them situated. So it's going to be another long day. It was a long day yesterday getting all the rest of that stuff done, but we had a little help. Our son was off work, so he was able to come and help just a little bit, and that was great. This is some funny stuff right here. Blake and Lisa, mom and son, are moving the goats, and I'm calling. I've heard Lisa back there yelling at him. Oh, you can bet I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna say, now why are you yelling?
I'm coming! and he's screaming at me. He'll say, I'm not screaming at you. I'm just yelling so you can hear me.
And I hollered at her to come shut the gate. And she was having a hard time hearing me. It was hilarious listening to World's Greatest down there yelling, Blake! So I'm just gonna hang out here, let World's Greatest get around, and then we will be bringing them in, hopefully. Most of the dogs have already kind of come up here. I can see two, well, no, those may be goats down there. Let's see, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 3 dogs out still somewhere. Yeah, that's a dog. I see him looking, or it looking. Okay, I think they're kind of coming. Group here, there's still some way back there, and we got a group over here. These over here are going to be coming in here pretty quick. Blue likes to lead. Come on! Couple of stragglers way back there. Come on, ladies. They don't quite want to come in over here. Come on. Looks like all of them, maybe. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Come on. We ran them through and we sorted all the billy kids off, and any doelings that didn't have a tag and or billy kids that had lost their tags, and I'm calling billies, they're wethers, had lost their tags, we went ahead and put another tag in them which has our Scrapey's number on it, our flock number, so that way when it's time to sell, as long as they keep the tag, we'll be okay. Also, we had 63 doelings that we got from Brent that they hadn't worked them, so they didn't have tags yet, so we put tags in all of those. So everything at least that is you know, semi-young should be tagged. There's going to be some older nannies in here that have lost their tags and we didn't bother tagging them.
Well, that was torture. The goats. I was following them. I had to beat them out of every single area. They wanted to stop and eat every single step of the way, and we fought them the whole way here, and I finally had to put the camera away. I don't think Brett filmed anything, I don't know, but they were acting like maniacs, and so it took us a minute, but we got them here. We're in our final spot. This is their new rotational area, which is actually the summer area, and Brett's feeding the dogs right now, and then I think we'll be done. So that's a wrap for moving the goats.
Hey, good morning. We're in here checking the nannies, all the females that we went ahead and moved. down to the summer area, and they appear to be great. You know, anytime you move them back to a this area from how we're doing them in the winter area, we don't have any electric fence down there right now, at least that they're experiencing. And so when we move them back in here, it always concerns me just a little bit, because I'm hoping that they'll remember. And it doesn't help that right now we do have all those that we got from Brent in Texas that were never behind an electric fence. So I just, you know, you don't know how long they're going to remember that, but they look so much better already. We've just been in here one day. Anyway, it was definitely the right decision. We're just going to put them straight into our summer rotation. We've got to build more goat pastures that way, which is tedious while we're trying to get everything else done, and it just takes some time. But they're multiplying so fast that we've got to kind of make that a priority. Otherwise, our numbers are going to get ahead of our resource that at least we're set up to utilize. And I know what I don't want to do is I don't want to move in early and not have them set up for rotation, because that absolutely affects your parasite management. So it took us a while to get all that done, but we're going to get done here, and then I'm going to take you down and show you where I am on the wethers and what I'm doing with them. All right, so we're trying to get the bucklings here that we sorted off yesterday. I think it was yesterday. No, day before. Anyway, I'm trying to get them started on feed so I can move them over to the feed program. No longer the nanny kid program, but the feed program, which is what we have to do in order to sell them to our buyer. They want them a little bit finished, and so we'll roll in here and feed them a little bit. If you've never kind of seen how we do that, or at least how we've done it in the past, everything changes as we move along and we get more. You can look at a video. I'll have Lisa link it at the end, and then you can kind of watch the video on how we do that. But starting off here, I didn't video any of this the last time, and so they don't know what a bunk is, and they're not coming to corn. They're used to following their mama if I start treating them. And really, I didn't treat these enough to get them coming to corn. It's going to make it a little bit difficult here, but so I'm just trying to ease them into those wooden feeders down there. I'm just going to ease them over there and see if they don't smell it and start eating it. Now, we've already put them against the 2-wire fence, and they've been in here overnight, so that's good. That's a good thing. All you need is just a few of them to turn that way, like that, and they'll see that corn, I think. They'll be like, hey, or they may just go right by it. I'm gonna go this way and just check them up. You see, we got one big giant in there. That's one that we've missed for a couple of years. And I told Lisa to let's go ahead and bring him out, and then I'll haul him to the sale or whatever I'm going to do with him. But I will not send him with these kids unless the buyer says, yeah, they'd like him too. Because he's going to bully everybody and beat everybody around and that kind of stuff. So something else that we noticed, there is another one. There is no, I'm sorry. There's only one that I've seen so far. One doeling in here that we missed. Somehow we either sorted her in here on accident. Now you can see I'm backing off. Now that they've found that stuff, I'm going to back off here and let them kind of go to that and eat. So there is so anyway, we don't know how the doeling got in here. We could have either missorted her when we were running them through, or she could have squeezed through a spot, because there's a lot of 6-inch on these old pins, and there's a lot of high spots down at the bottom that I'll just you know, I put panels around the perimeter just to make sure they can't get out, but I didn't do a whole lot on the interior. So she could have got in any way. So we've got to get her out as soon as possible, but I don't want to do it until they settle in like that and start eating a little bit. Because anything I do to them right now while they're up there eating, especially this first time, is they're going to take it as, okay, we're not supposed to do that, you know, or we don't want to do that. So I don't want to put any pressure on them right now. I want them to just eat. And it's not, I just trickled some in there just to get them started. I want to get them started because I know they know how to eat corn, at least a little bit. Some of them do. And so I want to just get them started, and then I'll move over to their feed ration that I'm going to use this year, which is different than just the straight corn that I did last year. And I'm going to see how it does. It's a little more balanced, and so they should do better. But it's going to cost me. It's going to cost me more too. The corn, I kind of had some left over, and so that wasn't that big a deal. But we'll keep track of that and kind of keep you posted up on that, and then let you know what we used. But I think everybody is doing well based on everything we did to them. At least you're running them through the alley and sorting them up and tagging. I mean, all that is just stress on them. And this morning everything seems to be doing well, so I'm excited. I'm easily excitable, huh? No. We have bad days too, and every now and then it's a bad day. But today is a good day. My body has recovered, which as I get older, I'm realizing when I was young, it was 8 hours is what it took me to recover. Now it takes 48 hours. Hey, here, this is, if y'all haven't ever seen this, this is kind of our temporary water system. It's just a tote with a, 2-inch line. And then we fill this little Hastings tub here. I'll have to dump that before we move, because we'll keep them in this pasture for 7 days unless something, catastrophic happens or weather changes big time or something like that. So it'll be 7 days. And then what we're splitting this little trap with, first of all, notice that we've got the good goat fence for the perimeter. It goes all the way around this thing. So we know they're not going to get out of here. I've got the 2 dogs in here, Betsy and Sam. And then we've got our hot wire coming in right here. And so all we have to do is split it this way. So we'll stay in here for, close to 21 days, but we won't ever graze more than 7 days across the same stuff. And you can see we just have a single roll of wire is able to go down, hook up, and then come back. And so we've got that set up for goats, which means it's down here about maybe 12 to 10 inches off the bottom, and the top one's probably about 15, something like that, 16. And then we've got step-ins, those Orion step-ins all the way down. That's how we did it last year. It worked real well. All right, well, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time.